Howdy, we're Group 26 and this is our video for Project 5. We interviewed students from various cultural backgrounds to illustrate the differences in personal distances and interactions from American culture, including how American culture can sometimes be offensive to people of other backgrounds. The three interviewees represent Vietnamese, Guatemalan, and Pakistani cultures.
I wouldn't say it's offensive, it's just different. Whenever people arrive to a business meeting, people like an employee expected to greet an older people or a higher positions and then start a side conversation. When everybody arrives, then the business meeting starts.
Probably by not knowing the language or the culture.
You probably just not acknowledging everyone in the room. I feel like with American culture, you just kind of acknowledge those who are above you in rank, I guess, but in Pakistani or even Iranian culture, it might be kind of offensive to not acknowledge everyone in the room.
Personal boundaries in Pakistani culture is a lot less informal. Again, it could depend on where you're from in Pakistan, but at least for me and my family, it's a lot more of hug, kiss on the cheeks, and yeah.
We don't have a friendly hi to stranger like in America, but we're either friend or not. But if we see somebody in trouble, then we would totally help them, even on the street.
I think Hispanics are really like welcoming, I guess. Like they hug, kiss, get really close to you. Not in a weird way, but like, you know, we don't mind being in people's personal bubble, I guess. Boundaries would be more of the like, there is no boundaries, I guess, because like Hispanic cultures, from what I see, is like they try to help each other out and like lift each other instead of like competing and trying to knock each other down, I guess.
Business boundaries, at least in my family, again, this is all personal opinion, in my family, with business boundaries, it's a lot more informal too. You know each other, you know their family, so it's a lot more of let's meet in your conference room kind of thing and come over to my home and eat and drink and that stuff.
As the same thing with other standard, it starts with informal first, and then when you get used with the workplace.
A little bit of both, more informal when it comes to how you greet people. I feel like Americans nowadays like their own space, but within Pakistani and Iranian culture, it's more let me get up in your space and give you a hug and give you a kiss. But then when it comes to more of a formal kind of way, in the sense that like Americans, I feel like talk to their parents in a more like derogatory kind of way, or like insult them or curse at them, versus like I could never do that with my parents, and yeah.
Culture.
Not that different from American standard. We start with a formal interactions, and then when the time goes by and you start getting comfortable with the workplace, you get informal with your employee or your basically boss.
I would say probably a little in between. I would say between. Well, I feel like sometimes Hispanic interactions are more like laid back and chill, or like not so like formal and like trying to have this adequate representation, I guess, but they're just more chill.
Our interviewees have provided key insights into the differences in personal space and interactions between cultures. As you saw, there are significant divergences between cultures. Students with American backgrounds should always be mindful when doing business in other cultures, as the American standard of arriving to a business meeting can be offensive, and standards of personal space and boundaries can differ substantially.
maybe.
Okay. What do personal boundaries look like in the Hispanic culture? Okay. What do business boundaries look like in the Hispanic culture?
Business boundaries in the Hispanic culture? I guess like
Okay. Do the social interactions in your culture lean more towards formal or informal in American standards?
hmm.
Okay. Please explain.
Oh.
Okay. What similarities do you see between the way people interact in your culture compared to the American culture?
Friendliness, I guess. Interaction with like being helpful with one another, and I guess those are the top two.
What about some differences?
I feel like the Hispanic culture is less offensive, maybe. I don't know.